Leo Putz, a prominent figure in early 20th century art, was born on June 18, 1869, in Merano, a picturesque town in South Tyrol, then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Raised in a culturally rich environment, Putz exhibited a natural talent for drawing and painting from a young age. His early exposure to the dramatic landscapes and vibrant traditions of the Tyrolean region had a lasting influence on his aesthetic sensibilities, which he would later channel into his diverse artistic career. Putz's formal artistic journey began at the Academy of Fine Arts in Munich, where he enrolled in 1889. Munich was a flourishing cultural hub, and its art scene was at the forefront of innovation, blending academic traditions with emerging modernist movements. Putz thrived in this environment, absorbing classical techniques while exploring the avant-garde currents reshaping European art. Seeking to refine his craft further, he continued his studies in Paris at the Académie Julian, a progressive institution known for its embrace of international students and experimental approaches to art. By the mid-1890s, Putz returned to Munich, where he became associated with the vibrant circle of artists shaping the city's secessionist movement. The Munich Secession, an offshoot of the broader European secessionist trend, sought to break away from the rigid conventions of academic art, advocating for greater creative freedom and the celebration of individual expression. Putz quickly emerged as a key figure within this group, contributing to their exhibitions and gaining recognition for his technical skill and imaginative vision. Putz's early works demonstrated a mastery of naturalism, with an emphasis on detailed observation and subtle atmospheric effects. However, his style evolved significantly over time, reflecting his openness to experimentation and the influence of contemporary trends. By the turn of the century, his work began to incorporate elements of Impressionism and symbolism, blending vibrant color palettes with a focus on mood and emotion. This period marked the beginning of his mature style, characterized by a harmonious interplay of light and color. In 1901, Putz became a founding member of the Scholl Group, an informal collective of Munich-based artists who sought to challenge traditional art forms. The group embraced themes of nature, rural life, and human intimacy, often depicted with a lyrical sensitivity that resonated with the ideals of Jugendstil, the German counterpart to Art Nouveau. Putz's contributions to the group were highly regarded, and his reputation as a leading figure in German art continued to grow. The first decade of the 20th century was a period of professional and personal fulfillment for Putz. In 1909, he married Frieda Blell, a fellow artist who became a central figure in his life and career. Their partnership was both a romantic and creative collaboration, with Blell often serving as a muse for Putz's paintings. The couple settled in Gauting, a village near Munich, where Putz established a studio and immersed himself in his work. During this time, Putz received numerous accolades, including commissions for public exhibitions and awards at international art fairs. His ability to capture the human figure with grace and vitality earned him widespread acclaim, and his depictions of landscapes and genre scenes showcased his versatility as an artist. Putz's style continued to evolve, incorporating influences from Fauvism and Expressionism, while maintaining his distinctive approach to composition and color. By 1913, Putz's career reached new heights when he was appointed professor at the Munich Academy of Fine Arts. This role not only cemented his status as one of Germany's leading artists, but also allowed him to mentor a new generation of painters. His teachings emphasized the importance of individual expression and the exploration of new techniques, principles that reflected his own artistic philosophy. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 brought significant disruptions to Leo Putz's life and career. Like many artists of his time, he faced the challenges of political instability and the shifting cultural landscape that accompanied the conflict. Putz, who had achieved international acclaim before the war, found himself navigating a world that was rapidly changing. Although the war years were marked by hardship and uncertainty, Putz continued to produce art, using his work as a means of processing the turmoil around him. In the years following the war, Putz's style underwent further transformation. The vibrant optimism and romanticism that had characterized much of his earlier work gave way to a more somber and introspective tone. His color palette darkened, and his compositions became more subdued, reflecting the psychological and societal impact of the war. Despite these changes, Putz's work retained its hallmark technical precision and emotional depth, earning him continued recognition even in difficult times. The 1920s were a period of both renewal and experimentation for Putz. In 1923, he made the significant decision to relocate to South America, an experience that would profoundly influence his later works. Invited by the Brazilian government, Putz spent several years living and working in Brazil, where he was captivated by the lush landscapes, vibrant culture, and diverse people of the region. This period marked a creative renaissance for Putz, whose work took on a newfound energy and vitality. In Brazil, Putz explored themes of tropical nature and indigenous life, producing paintings that were characterized by bold colors and dynamic compositions. His South American works demonstrated a synthesis of his European training and his response to the exotic environment, resulting in a body of work that was both innovative and deeply personal. Putz's time in Brazil also allowed him to escape the increasingly volatile political situation in Europe, providing him with a sense of artistic freedom and renewal. However, Putz's South American sojourn was not without its challenges. By the late 1920s, he began to feel the pull of Europe once again, as he longed for the cultural and artistic milieu of his homeland. In 1929, Putz returned to Germany, where he resumed his role as a prominent figure in the art world. The political climate of the 1930s, however, presented new obstacles for Putz and his contemporaries. The rise of the Nazi regime and its strict control over artistic expression posed significant threats to modernist artists, whose work was often labeled as degenerate. Putz's artistic philosophy, which championed individuality and innovation, placed him at odds with the regime's cultural policies. While he managed to continue working, his career was inevitably affected by the oppressive atmosphere of the time. Putz withdrew from public life, focusing instead on private commissions and smaller projects. Despite these limitations, he remained committed to his craft, producing works that quietly defied the prevailing cultural norms. In the final years of his life, Putz returned to the landscapes of his youth, seeking solace in the familiar surroundings of South Tyrol. His later works, though less well known than his earlier achievements, reflected a sense of reflection and reconciliation. Putz's art during this period was characterized by a return to nature and an emphasis on simplicity, as he sought to capture the enduring beauty of the world around him. Leo Putz passed away on July 21, 1940, in Merano, bringing to a close a life marked by artistic innovation, resilience, and a profound dedication to his craft. His legacy as a painter lies not only in the technical mastery and emotional resonance of his work, but also in his ability to adapt and thrive amidst the challenges of a rapidly changing world. Today, Leo Putz is celebrated as a pioneering figure in modern art, whose career bridged the gap between the academic traditions of the 19th century and the avant-garde movements of the 20th. His work, which spans multiple styles and influences, continues to inspire new generations of artists and art lovers alike, serving as a testament to his enduring impact on the art world.